Good morning. Happy day number 2 for the Women with Drive Summit, driven by Mobil 1. Who went out and networked last night? Awesome. That's what we like to see. Anyone go by the lobby bar or the lobby of the Westin? Were there people there? See? That's what is so unique about this week, this weekend. I know some of you are probably staying for PRI, but just the connections that can continue from one room to the other. So obviously our day is going to conclude here today for the summit, but we wish you well throughout the week for PRI if you're staying. And again, thank you for joining us here for the 5th iteration of the Women with Drive Summit. Back to the Women in Motorsports North America. I believe most of you have heard the story of how this group came together, and no one can tell it better than the co-founders. But it really was a conversation that happened in passing, and now to look at it unfold with the Women with Drive Summit being part of the calendar of events that this organization represents. But it is my esteemed pleasure to introduce to you the co-founders of Women in Motorsports North America, Lynn St. James and Beth Paretta.
Am I on? All right. Morning. Thank you. Thank you very much, Amanda. So, I was most impressed yesterday by many things. The diverse knowledge that was being shared, marketing, communications, data. But, Kaylin Jackson said something that right at the beginning that resonated with me so much, which is you have to really learn about yourself to be a leader, and that your experiences shape you. And I thought about just the experience of yesterday and what they're going to get today, that, I just really hope that the experiences that you are experiencing, the knowledge that's being shared, that this is helping to shape you. I mean, everything we do helps shape us, but sometimes that's not all good. And we have to manage that, And so there was so much good, but so much authenticity, global information and all that. So I'm just blown away. I mean, I really am.
Totally agree. That's very loud. Hot mic. I think the other thing that I was really impressed by is, one of our goals with creating Women in Motorsport North America, as we always say, all roles and all disciplines of racing, because those of us that are in it, we know how broad of an industry this is, and also how much we need great people to work in it and to keep it going and maintain and build our future just for the sport we love and the industry that we love. What I really was excited about, and it was apparent yesterday, is between our speed networking winners, the case competition, you're seeing people with varied interests. So it's not just I want to be a racing driver or I just want to be an engineer. People are more realizing like medical, marketing. Respectfully, I have to say thank you again always to our sponsors, Mobil 1, Gamebridge, PRI, all of this. I mean, that's a very robust list. People work just to put those deals together, and every team needs people working on those to get partners and then make sure that those partners are getting what they want out of those relationships. So all of those jobs will always need to be filled. And even though you might have an interest right now for the next 5 years, you might have a pivot within the industry itself and find yourself doing something completely differently, still here and showing up to PRI with a different outfit on, but it's all related.
If you work in motorsports, you're going to learn to pivot a lot. Yeah, no, really. And then the word you just used, which was relationships. And that's the other magic of our event, I think, is all the relationships that you're building. And going back to the leadership thing is that I hear so many people think or say that they aren't a leader or they don't perceive themselves. Everybody is a leader. You need to be a leader of your own life. You need to, and if you present yourself as a leader, even if you don't really feel it or you don't really know it, then that is the message you're delivering to whomever you're talking to, and you never know who you're talking to sometimes. So I just hope this is so far beyond what I think, not that we didn't imagine it, but to get here so quickly. And it's really because of you all showing up and because all of you are caring so much and excited and doing the work. And so I just have to say thank you.
Absolutely. And one thing, I know yesterday we did a show of hands of how many people this is their first summit, Women with Drive Summit, but I know it's kind of dark out there, but show of hands, how many of you have been to 2 Women with Drive Summits?
Whoa.
Okay.
That's good.
Keep your hands up. How many of you have been to 3?
That's okay.
All right. How many have been to 4?
Oh, come on.
All right. And how many have been to all 5?
Okay. Yeah, okay.
So
We did do the Nashville thing, didn't we?
We did.
In the honky tonk bar, remember?
We were in a honky tonk bar in Nashville. We've come a long way.
And we come a long way, baby.
Yeah. But the good news is the content is different every year, right? And the people that you're going to meet are different every year, and hopefully you'll continue to find value in it and come next year too. And the last thing I want to say too, when we say about like those pivots, one of the most the one trait that if you can possess, and listen, sometimes you're born with it, sometimes you nurture it and you can work at it, but the number one thing is adaptability and resilience. And we can tell stories for days we're not going to, but catch us in the lobby bar with a cocktail and those stories will come out. But the point is that resilience is what keeps you going, and that's why you want to rely on your friends. And I said this last year, but I'll say it again. The fact that you're all here, and again, there's people here that have made a career pivot to come into motorsports. They're making a change. It's fantastic. They're looking to just grow their professional path. But most of us, and when I say most of us, I mean all of us in this room, are type A. We're people that get things done, and we often don't ask for help. So any of us in here have had difficult times and we struggle, and we're not used to asking for help. Yes, I'm stereotyping, but I know you hear me. And no, listen, it's going to be hard for us as the way that we're wired, that we don't ask for help. So I'm going to tell you a workaround, because as engineers and in the room and people that are problem solvers, we're going to find the workaround. Right, we're not going to maybe necessarily start asking for help. So you've got your network, check in on your network. Make sure that you ask, are you okay? I know you're working till 11 at night and getting up and at the track at 6 in the morning. Check in on each other, because it's a grind, and we do it because we love it. But type A's, we don't necessarily put our hands up.
It's interesting you bring that up, because asking for help, when you think about the creation of WIMNA, I mean, you and I met, I cried, and you said this was for all of us. That was at the Indy 500 when you had that amazing female forward team. And then we started asking for help. I mean, really, when you think about it, we started calling people and created this sort of working group, which then evolved into, that was a little hard to manage, got it down to a smaller group, and we've been doing nothing but asking for help. So and this is, since I think we still have minutes left, I thought we were supposed to leave, but that we really want to thank, and because we asked for help, our board, who we have a founding board members, who many of them are here. We asked them for help. I'm not sure they want to talk to us anymore, but because we've asked a lot of help. And then, Cindy, who started out as a board member and then became executive director, that's all we've been doing is asking her for help. And then, of course, she brought in Tina to put on this amazing event, and the other volunteers. One of my dearest, oldest friends is Deb Turner, who, I don't know if she's in this room, but you've all seen her and you've all talked to her, but I've been asking her for help ever since I met her. And so it is hard. It is hard, because we are type A, we could do it all, right? And then you realize how much you don't know and how much you need, and so that's really all we've been doing. So I guess I would encourage all of you to, whether it's the person sitting next to you or the person you've networked with, is to not be afraid to ask them for help and build your own network. I mean, build your own network of how to make things happen, because that's how this happened, was just really asking for a lot of help. So that was a really good point.
And the last thing is, as I always say, building your network, and you're doing a lot of that here, make sure that you're a good member of your own network. So make sure that when people are asking you for help, you try to help as much as you can. You try to connect people. You may know Cindy is a super connector. But the key is, yes, you know a lot of people, but if you can ever help one of your colleagues to push them along, it's for the betterment of all of us.
Actually, that's a good lesson for me, because when I ask somebody for help, sometimes I forget to end that conversation, is there something I can do for you? Right. Because that is a good way to have a conversation when you're asking somebody to do something for you. So
Excellent.
Okay, I think Amanda.
Thank you all.
Amanda, are we done?
There she is. Thank you all. Enjoy
right.
the day. We're happy that you're here, and hopefully we maybe see you at
Next year.
Drive 6.
Next number. Oh yeah, Women Would Drive 6. I want all these hands. You've been to 6 of them. You've been to whatever.